The role of private investigators. How families are finding their loved ones. The search for lost loved ones can be an emotionally taxing journey filled with uncertainty and heartache. Private investigators play a vital role in this process, offering their expertise, resources, and compassionate support to families seeking to reconnect with missing or estranged individuals. This article explores the multifaceted role of private investigators in helping families find their loved ones, highlighting their methods, benefits, and the emotional support they offer throughout the journey. Expertise in locating individuals. Private investigators are skilled at finding people because they have a special combination of knowledge and abilities, especially when it comes to missing or estranged people. They frequently receive training in many fields, such as psychology, criminal justice, and investigative methods. They have a thorough understanding of human behavior thanks to their varied background, which enables them to approach cases with both analytical rigor and emotional sensitivity. When assigned a person's location, private investigators start by interviewing friends and family members in depth to obtain background data, such as the person's relationships, habits, and last known location. They then apply a methodical technique that includes verifying this data through cross-referencing it with publicly available records, social media posts, and databases that compile personal information. Private investigators are able to generate leads by combining information from various sources, which may not be immediately apparent to family members who are emotionally invested in the case. This knowledge not only increases the likelihood of locating the person, but also gives families a well-organized strategy for carrying out the next steps in the search. Handling estrangement cases. Families experiencing estrangement may experience severe emotional barriers that result in hurt, resentment, and confusion. Private investigators act as impartial middlemen in these situations, assisting family members in communicating and understanding one another. In order to comprehend the motives and emotions of individuals seeking reconnection, PIs who are hired to help with estrangement cases first interview the subjects in depth. They might also get in touch with the person they've split up with to see if they're open to getting back together while still honoring their personal space and limits. PIs can facilitate more effective communication between all parties by using active listening strategies and exhibiting empathy. They can also offer contact initiation techniques that are considerate of the emotional intricacies involved. This could be writing letters or leading talks that are moderated, so that open communication can occur without hostilities getting worse. Ultimately, by offering direction and support during the process of mending relationships, private investigators play a critical role in assisting families in navigating the frequently turbulent waters of estrangement. Assisting with missing persons. One of the hardest parts of being a private investigator is looking for missing people. It calls for more than just investigative abilities, it calls for compassion and resiliency. Upon receiving a family report of a loved one missing, private investigators move quickly to obtain vital information regarding the circumstances surrounding the disappearance. This includes identifying any possible threats or hazards that may have added to the situation. Close cooperation between law enforcement and investigators is frequently required to obtain additional resources, such as case files, witness statements, and surveillance footage, which can facilitate the search. They use a variety of investigation methods that are customized for every case. For example, they may search local hospitals and shelters for any evidence of the missing person or patrol the neighborhoods where the person was last seen. Furthermore, PIs commonly use social media sites to track digital footprints, looking for interactions or posts that might provide hints about the whereabouts or mental health of the subject before they vanish. Private investigators are aware of the emotional toll this process takes on families, so they keep families updated on developments and provide comfort and support when they face uncertainty about the whereabouts of a loved one. Navigating adoption searches. After adoption, looking for biological family is a difficult and emotionally charged process with many legal nuances that should only be handled carefully by qualified experts. These nuances are well understood by private investigators who specialize in adoption searches. They also know how different state laws affect access to adoption records. Some states have open records, while others have strict confidentiality policies that can make searches much more difficult. PIs start by informing clients about the information that could be available to them, depending on their particular situation, when an adoptee approaches them looking for information about their birth family. They use specialized databases that might have non-identifying information about siblings or birth parents. They also look through public records to find hints about family ties, like previous addresses connected to possible relatives or property ownership. Additionally, PIs frequently get in touch with adoption agencies or groups that facilitate reunions between adoptees and birth families. These relationships can be extremely helpful in locating leads that might go undiscovered otherwise. Private investigators provide continuous support by assisting clients in managing their expectations and preparing for various outcomes, whether positive or negative, so that people feel supported during this intensely personal journey toward reconnection. Throughout this process, they remain sensitive to the emotional weight of these searches. Utilizing advanced techniques. Private investigators use a variety of investigative methods, each of which is customized to a particular case they take on using cutting-edge techniques. PIs frequently start their investigations with extensive searches of public records, which include vital statistics like marriage licenses, birth certificates, property ownership records, and more. These records can offer important hints regarding the identity and whereabouts of an individual. Private investigators make extensive use of technology in addition to more conventional techniques like record searches and interviews. They employ advanced software tools made specifically for data analysis that enable them to quickly and effectively sort through enormous volumes of data. PIs can track a person's digital footprint across platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn to find patterns or locations that may suggest where they might be found. This kind of social media analysis has grown in value over time, and it is frequently used to uncover connections between people that would be challenging for untrained individuals to discover on their own. When necessary, PIs may also use surveillance techniques, which enable them to covertly observe interactions or behaviors without alerting the person they are looking for. This approach can provide important insights into the person's current way of life or mental state. Private investigators can improve their capacity to find missing people and give families a better picture of their loved one's situation by skillfully utilizing these cutting-edge investigative techniques. Access to exclusive resources. Hiring a private investigator has several benefits, chief among which is their access to special resources that improve their capacity to carry out exhaustive searches efficiently. Private investigators are able to conduct thorough background checks that would be unfeasible for untrained individuals due to their subscriptions to specialized databases that compile vast amounts of information from various sources, including property records, criminal histories, and credit reports, which sets them apart from the general public. Furthermore, a lot of private investigators have developed connections with law enforcement agencies and other organizations that can speed up the process of obtaining vital information during investigations. This network not only helps PIs collect data quickly, but also guarantees that they follow all applicable privacy and confidentiality laws to the letter. Private investigators can locate missing persons or estranged relatives who may have been difficult to find through conventional means much more quickly than families could, by effectively utilizing these exclusive resources, which they frequently use in conjunction with proprietary software created specifically for investigative work. Now, these paragraphs give readers a better understanding of how private investigators help families locate missing loved ones by using a variety of techniques that fully attend to both practical and emotional needs. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.